In this video, I want to share 4 ways why being emotionally intelligent builds aura. And by aura, I mean your energetic presence. That thing that people can't even put their finger on. It's just something that they feel whenever you come around. Okay. So the first way that being emotionally intelligent builds your aura is that you become a beacon of presence and safety. All right. So here's what I mean. When you're emotionally intelligent, you know how to be present with people. You know how to like actively listen. You know how to really just be there, and you're really just giving them your time, your energy, and your attention. And you're doing this intentionally. Okay. You're not all scattered all over the place and stuff like that. You're actually there present with them in the moment. When you're emotionally intelligent, you know how to be present, and you also create that safety for people. And I don't necessarily mean the physical safety. I mean like an energetic safety. People don't feel like you're judging them. They don't feel like you're always passing opinions on them. And what's funny about this is when you become more emotionally intelligent, you stop judging yourself so much. That inner critic within you is not so loud all the time. You start to really develop a better relationship with yourself and how you think and how you feel about yourself. And that is what you start to project out to the world. And that makes you more magnetic. People start gravitating towards that. They know that when they interact with you, it creates this feeling in them of like, yo, that's a cool dude, man. I know that when I talk to him, like I always leave the conversation feeling better when I talk to that person. That's what being emotionally intelligent will do. Now, the second way that being emotionally intelligent builds aura is that you are truly yourself and you allow others to be too. So when you know yourself, when you know your internal operating system on a deep level, you start projecting this out to the world. This is your aura. This becomes your glow. And when you can do that, it creates a space for people to be themselves too, whether they know it or not. There's something about you where they can be authentic just like you are. Because like I said, you don't come at them with this certain type of energy of that you're judging them or that they're less than or that you're better than them. Like you just don't carry yourself that way. And this allows people to really, really settle into your energetic space that you provide, your energetic presence. This is a really powerful thing, man. Your aura is very powerful. It's very magnetic, especially when you like vibrate at a very high level. And in order to vibrate at that high level, you have to possess a certain level of awareness about yourself. You have to really understand yourself, what makes you tick, what makes other people tick. Like you may not know that other people inside and out, but you are aware of body language. You are aware of the subtle nuances in any given moment. You know, you might be in the workplace and you might not get along with somebody, or you might notice somebody is having a bad day. When you're emotionally intelligent, you recognize these things. You can see them, you can feel them. And the better that you can see and feel these things, like I said, you project this out, and that brings others to you. And it allows them to want to really just be themselves, and they don't have to like hide, or they don't have to put on certain masks that maybe they put on when they interact with other people. They can take that mask off and just be who they are when they're around you. And it's an awesome place to be in. Like I said, this is going to really strengthen your connections. The third way that being emotionally intelligent builds your aura is that you are aware of how people receive you. Okay, just like I was talking about being aware of body language, being aware of certain nuances. The more emotionally intelligent that you start to become hyper attuned to how people are receiving you. You start to become attuned to like how you might impact somebody in any given moment. And this is like a cheat code too, because the more attuned you are to how you affect people, the easier you can navigate life. Like, for example, like imagine going into your workplace and you know that you don't get along with this person, or you know that you've had words with this person. That doesn't mean that you have to you're not scared of the person or that you're walking on eggshells. You learn how to approach the person. You learn how to navigate those interactions a bit better because you've learned how to navigate yourself. You know when you get triggered. You know when you get activated. You know what it feels like when you're pissed off about something. And knowing this, possessing this level of knowing really translates when you interact with other people. You know, this is a freaking awesome skill, man, once you can start to work this muscle. And everything is working a muscle, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, building emotional intelligence is working a muscle. Like I said, this is going to translate into your interactions, into your relationships, along with interacting with your coworkers. You just get better at like handling shit. You just get better at like picking and choosing your spots, picking and choosing your battles. You know, like if somebody says something to you and you deem it like disrespect, you don't always have to like respond to it crazy and just you know, losing yourself and getting out of your integrity. You start to have more choice in how you respond to things. And this is a beautiful thing, man. You start to really understand how people receive you. If you're somebody who's always blowing up and going off the deep end, anytime somebody says something to you, you're not going to be a person that somebody wants to be around. You're unpredictable. People don't know how to take you. They don't know how you're going to respond to things. You're freaking a powder keg. You might just go off. That's not where you want to be. So it's really important to start improving your emotional intelligence, because you gain more control over your responses. Now, if you're getting any value out of this video so far, please smash that like button. It really helps the reach of this video and connect with people who are into this type of content. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you know when I make more videos just like this. Now, for this last way that being emotionally intelligent builds aura, it's because you come off of autopilot. You don't respond or react from this place of like automatic. Okay, I used to do this a lot in my past relationships. When I used to get into conversations, or those, you know, those uncomfortable conversations where you feel like you have to defend yourself, or you're over explaining, or you just don't feel seen, you don't feel heard by your partner or by anybody. This is not even just exclusive to relationships. This is exclusive to life. Okay, those moments where you start to experience those types of things, and then you respond in those like old conditioned ways. You know, you just naturally go off, you know, and that may not be how you want to respond to things. You know, you may have the wherewithal to be like, well, that wasn't healthy. I didn't mean to say that. I shouldn't have reacted that way. That's because you on autopilot, bro. Like for me personally, when I used to respond to things in my relationship, I was responding from a way of things that I seen in my childhood growing up, when I didn't know how to have healthy conflict, when I didn't know how to deal with uncomfortable conversations. I just respond from the way that I've seen people in my life do it. And once you start to understand that that's what you're doing, once you start to become more emotionally aware, emotionally intelligent, you give yourself the opportunity to get off of those autopilot ways of responding. You gain more choice. You gain more of an ability to say, you know what? I that shit got me feeling a certain way, but I don't have to freaking cuss this person out. I don't have to give them a piece of my mind. You don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You can choose whether or not that's the proper response. But in order to get to that place, there's some other things you got to do. You got to learn how to slow down. You got to learn how to pause. You got to learn how to take space for yourself. All right. And I talk about this in another video, and I'll be sure to leave the link to that. Make sure you check that one out too. You want to get better at just like building muscles, building emotional muscles. I like to talk about getting in the emotional weight room. Okay. And building those emotional muscles is going to take you off of autopilot. I keep reiterating that because I know a lot of us move from a place of autopilot, and it really can like ruin our lives, especially when we are unaware of it. So that's what being emotionally intelligent does. It gets you off autopilot. And how this builds your aura, how this builds that energetic presence about you, is that, like I said, people feel safe around you. You become more magnetic, because people know that this person is genuine. This person is authentic. He tells it like it is, respectfully. You know, he considers my point of view. He considers my state of being. And what I mean is like my emotional state. When you can get to that place, bro, next level. Okay, you are like a superhero, because you're coming from a place of like self-control. You're coming from a place of knowing yourself. And when you know yourself, bro, you have so much more power in how you show up in the world. All right. So again, if you got any value out of this video, make sure that you check out my playlist on emotional intelligence. I'll leave it floating around on the screen somewhere here in a second. But also, if you want to dive deeper into emotional intelligence, into emotional mastery, so that you're not overreacting to things that are happening to you, then book a call with me. I'll leave the link in the description. I'll also leave a link in the pinned comments, just so that you can have easy access to reaching out to me. But yeah, man, start taking control of your life. Start giving yourself the power of choice in how you want to respond to things. All right. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.